Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome in to this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments and talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics and beyond a little bit. It is, my goodness, we're at, as we mentioned earlier this week, we are at the end of the regular season of college football. We have the championship games coming up this weekend, conference championship games. We'll have the bowl games coming up in the next month. Of course, the holiday season is upon us. Everybody's busy doing one thing and another, but basketball season continues to roll on. Auburn with a thrilling victory last night over Furman. I know everybody looked at Furman and said, you know, hey, Alabama beat them. But Auburn had a long layoff. Furman came out. They played well. Bruce said that's the best team Auburn's played yet this year. And I'm not sure I disagree with him, just looking at the guys on the floor. But Auburn gets down 14 at home in the second half, able to battle back and win this one in overtime, 81-78. Winning when you're supposed to win, winning when you're not having your best night, that's usually the mark of a pretty good team.
It's the mark of a real good team because you're not going to shoot it well every night.
No.
And
hopefully you shoot better than they did last night.
Well, you know, this Furman team, and I talked to Caleb last night, he said they should have beaten Alabama. And they shot it, the three against Alabama the way we shot the three against them last night, which was atrocious. I think they were like 4 or 5 of 30 shooting against Alabama and then barely lost. So you're going to have nights where you don't shoot the ball well. So what do? How do you handle that? How do you handle adversity? If everything was easy here in the preseason and you got in the conference schedule, you know, there's something to be said about being tested. And Auburn's been tested in a couple of games here in the last couple of weeks, and they found ways to win different ways. You know, sometimes it took the 3-ball to win. Sometimes when it's not falling, you resort to other methods. So got the thing to overtime and were able to pull it out. But that's a good Furman team. I mean, you can watch how they play and how they shot and how well we defended them on some shots, and they still made them. I mean, sometimes you just tip your hat.
We'll talk about that game a little bit more, break that down a little bit. Love to hear from you always out there. We appreciate all of you for joining us, whether that be on 105.1 The Lake or Charter Channel 3 or WOTM. But high school football going on right now. We're normally on WOTM on Channel 21, but high school football going on. The Super 7. Brett, you've been up there at Jordan-Hare Wednesday and Thursday of this week. You'll be there again tonight. Some great games for championship games. I mean,
was there some games going on?
A lot of interesting games.
Yeah.
Mobile Christian, you know, have a big lead. Piedmont comes back in the fourth quarter, wins that one in 3A. Lynette, a school that we're rather close to here in the local area, takes down Mars Hill Bible, who had not lost in almost 2 years, 41-30. And then Clay County, yet again, winning back-to-back state championships now. What is that, 8, 9 for Danny?
It's 8.
8 for Danny Horn. 8 out of 11? Or 8 out of 10?
8 of 11.
8 of 11, I think.
8 of 11.
As they beat Pleasant Grove last night in a thrilling, almost like the Super Bowl in was it 99?
Did you hear me say that on the
I did not.
I think you heard me say that on the broadcast.
I
said that's just like, it was just like Dyson against the Rams.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans. Same kind of deal. He wasn't stretching out for it, but, you know, Pleasant Grove made a decision to challenge a spot right there at the end of the game. They had one timeout, and it was just tough to see where the ball went out of where the runner went out of bounds. And you know, when you can't tell definitively, you have to stay with what was on the field. And the official marked him short at 4th and 1. Well, when he didn't win the challenge, you lost the timeout. So now you're down there with about 20 seconds on 4th and 1. Got to make a play to move the chains. First of all, they throw it over the middle. get a good pass down to the 10, get up to the line of scrimmage with the moving of the chains, spike the ball 8 seconds. So you think 2 plays at this thing, 2 shots at this thing. And, of course, when the field shrinks up down there, it makes it tougher on the offense a lot of times because the defense can use that back line as an extra defender. You can't go but so far. So the quarterback really made a tough decision. He rolled out of the pocket, and when you roll out, you kind of eliminate, your options or whatever. And he decided to tuck it and run. And when you did that at that point with no timeouts, there was only one option. You got to get in the end zone. And he got down to the 3-yard line and tried to make the first guy miss, and then Central Clay was able to get another guy over to stop him right there inside the one. When you go back and look, see where he went down, it was inside the one. That's how close it was.
Thrilling ending to that game. UMS Wright and Jacksonville playing right now at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It'll be Reeltown and Fife at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then it'll wrap it up with Spanish Fort and Oxford tonight at 7 o'clock, the 6A state championship game. So a lot going on in Auburn. Again, the basketball game last night, Super 7 going on at Jordan-Hare Stadium. A lot to talk about. Again, the SEC championship games, the coaching carousel. Like we can add a couple of more names to that. Mike Bobo resigns at Colorado State, former Georgia quarterback, involved in that 1996 Auburn-Georgia game that went into overtime. That's not my favorite. Jeff Tedford steps down at Fresno State, apparently, I think, today. So a lot of those things. We'll talk about anything and everything.
It won't be the last ones either.
No, it won't be the last ones for sure. But a lot of names, Lane Kiffin's name keeps bouncing around. It was connected to Arkansas. Now it may be connected to Ole Miss. Could they be looking at him? Think that would be a good decision? We'll see. Love to get your thoughts on any and all these things. Again,
don't want to promote Rich Rod up to the head coach.
Hey, I don't think Rich Rod's a fan favorite, but
I don't think Rich Rod's a favorite of Ole Miss now. After he came out and in that press conference and he said, "Look, I was looking forward to the future here. The future was bright at Ole Miss. Didn't seem to think it is now." A lot of the players walked out of that meeting. You got a sentimental, and that happens a lot. It's good to see that the players support the guy that was the head coach, and they'll move on and figure it out. But right now, not the best situations for Ole Miss to be in, and I don't care what's going on in Fayetteville. It ain't ever a good situation in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's just not a good place to go and coach, and this day and age, and back in the old Southwest Conference days, yes, maybe in the early stages of the SEC when they moved in back in the early 90s, yes, maybe. But in 2019, Arkansas is not a destination program for pretty much any decent coach. You've got so many cards stacked against you, so many things that are built in, barriers. They're just in the wrong conference, in my opinion. And
if we could trade Arkansas and Missouri for somebody else, I think that would benefit them.
I think they would take it.
It would benefit them and probably the SEC.
Well, it would. I think Arkansas needs to go to the Big 12 and Missouri needs to go to the Big 10. It fits.
I'd say both of them go to Big 12.
Well, Big 12 ain't either one, but Missouri, Iowa and all that area right in there, they fit in the Big 10 too. So I'm not sure that, who cares? Flip a coin, go where you want to go. I think they don't need to be. And I know people go, well, man, Missouri made it to the SEC championship game 2 years in a row. Yeah, and they got their doors blown off. And they took advantage of the East being weak a couple of years. So, and look, I tip my hat to Gary Pinkel. I thought he did a good job over at Missouri, getting Missouri to there. I thought everybody felt like Texas A&M would make it to an SEC title game before Missouri did, but that wasn't the case. But nevertheless, Missouri's had some issues since then, some things off the field issues with the university and just some things in the community. Arkansas's got, like I said, some barriers built in. It's tough, man. Tough place to want to go and win.
No question about it. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply needs, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center. They got a brand new facility just opened across from Publix on Shug Jordan. They're in Auburn. Go and check that out. But there's one close to you. If if you live in Central Alabama. So for all your building supply needs, Russell Do It Center. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are saving people money each and every day. It's time to be proactive right now. It's the holiday season. You could be saving some extra money, putting it towards something else, something you'd like to have in your life. Interest rates are really good right now. So whether it's your first mortgage or an existing mortgage you'd like to refinance, or maybe it's a reverse mortgage or at the age of retirement, all points in between, they can help you out there at Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did. 256-397-0248. That's 256-397-0248. We'll talk about this basketball game. We'll carry it over to the next segment. But, I mean, Austin Wiley is becoming the player we hoped he would be. He's not going to give you 25 a night, but what he's doing, he's starting to look like a formidable college basketball center.
Sometimes the light just comes on at some point in time, and I'm hoping that it stays on.
He's healthy, too. You can tell he's just so much more healthy.
You don't know what – we knew he was injured, but you don't know how bad he was injured and what he was fighting through mentally. There's a lot to be said about that, too. So I'm hoping that, he continues to get better and better every game and becomes the player, like you said, that everybody felt like he could be a few years ago. I'm proud for him battling through it, and boy, we need him.
Oh, absolutely. And it gives Auburn, again, I say, if he steps up and becomes the player we hope he can be, it changes Auburn what they are.
Look at what it did for OQ.
Up against the break, we'll be back with more right after this.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Hidley Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, for your family at Hidley Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz, not Sports Blitz, and the Auburn
it's
Blitz.
under the umbrella.
Yeah,
Who
it's
cares?
under the umbrella of Sports
Who cares,
Blitz.
right?
The Auburn Blitz. You have not stolen our childhood, so we appreciate that. We appreciate all of you out there joining us this afternoon. A lot to talk about. Again, Auburn's win over Furman, but a lot of your comments are rolling through. We'd like to get to those as many as we can. Patrick just simply says 4 of 25 from 3. Yeah, that's tough. If Auburn shoots 16% from behind the arc, they're going to struggle in a lot of games. So hopefully this is an aberration. This team's not going to shoot the ball as well as last year. It just doesn't have as many quality shooters on the team. You hope Samir Dowdy. Look, he had a rough night shooting the basketball. That's going to happen. But Devin Cambridge. He put up he built a house last night at a couple of times, but and
Can't score if you don't shoot it.
D'Angelo Purify, and that's kind of Bruce's motto. We're gonna make some, just keep shooting.
That's right.
We hit a couple big ones late. McCormick and Purifoy did, and that kind of helped Auburn along. Auburn suffered from missed free throws and turnovers. Yes, they did. Bruce talked about an interesting stat that Furman does not send you to the foul line a lot, but they are really good at stealing the basketball, and that played out. They had 11 steals in this game, but Auburn yet again, 9 of 29 at the free throw line, and that got actually better because at one point I think they were about 50%.
Well, 62 shots for Auburn, 61 for Furman. That's the first stat I looked at because normally when you shoot the ball poorly, if you outshoot somebody by about 15 or 20 shots, you can make the difference up doing different stuff. Yeah. It was almost dead even. And then you look down and see that they made 13 and we made 4. If you didn't see the score, you thought, well, that didn't go Auburn's way. And then you look down and see that Auburn made 19 free throws. That's where your difference was made up. They scored 10 more points from the line than Furman did, and mixed in there with some of the other stuff, out-rebounding them, almost 2-1 on the boards made a difference. So you won some categories, you lost some categories, and then you look up the score and you see it was pretty close. It was overtime. It was a 3-point game. And then you can see that both teams won, their respective areas, and Auburn was able to get 3 more points than they were. And had a shot to win it before the regulation and rimmed out. And
would have loved to have seen that one fall.
Yeah, it would have been nice. But you know what? Again, get challenged, go to overtime, and now you get a little bit more, of a test for this team and see how they respond. Hey, look, I'd rather win a close game and play bad than lose a close game and have played well. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's just the truth. A win's a win's a win. So that's kind of how you look at it, and I'm proud for the team. And they've got a little bit of a break, and then they play
Another
St.
long
Louis.
layoff.
Play St. Louis and Birmingham. We got finals coming up, so They got Furman. I mean, not Furman. They just played Furman. Play St. Louis, and then you got NC State on the 19th, I believe.
Yep.
So some good opponents.
Only 4 games left in the out of conference.
Can they make that run? Can they finish the out of conference run here undefeated before they head into the SEC schedule?
I mean, it's got to be expected at this point that you're going to. So I'd be disappointed.
Pretty impressive
if they
to
didn't.
make it to 12-0. Then you're looking at the conference schedule.
Open up on the road to Mississippi State in Starkville. Steven says Horn is the GOAT. Danny Horn, hard to argue that right now with what's going on. Mark says you guys have been doing a fantastic job calling the high school championships. I would agree. Randy agree. He thinks yes, that is true. Missouri needs to stay for the St. Louis market. We don't need to kick Missouri out.
Is it that important?
I mean,
is that important that we get St. Louis?
I don't live there, but I mean,
but do they really give a rip?
Sure,
do they care?
I'm sure the
They
SEC
care about the
office
SEC?
does.
Okay. Well,
if you get eyeballs watching it, I mean that's money in their
get it.
pocket.
Well,
that's why they look at it.
I don't necessarily mean they're watching it just because it's in the market.
Uh,
I know all that, and I've heard it, and I know that's why they did it, and all that good stuff. But that just still doesn't fit to me.
Danny Horn, the best coach in state history. Who deserves to be in the conversation with him? You know more about it than I do.
There's some good ones. I mean, he's solidified himself at the top of the list for sure. I mean, I'd have to go back. I don't have it in front of me. I think Terry. I think there's a couple of guys, that have wins, maybe some more wins, but he eclipsed 300 wins this year.
Does Niblett belong in that
conversation? Up at the top.
Just doing it at Hoover take away from what he's done?
Rush Probst did it before him, and then he kind of took over, and I'm not taking anything away, and he definitely took, I think Hoover as a program took football to another level. Randy said that the other night on the broadcast, and I agreed with him on that. I think they kind of made everybody step their play, especially in 7A football, now that you've got multiple champions coming, because it used to be Hoover and a few others sprinkled in every once in a while. Prattville there for a little while.
I was going to say Bill Clark.
Bill Clark, but, somebody that's been in coaching 31 years like Coach Horn to do it at multiple, over multiple decades.
In different classifications.
And doing it, with different styles and kind of incorporating, it's hard to argue with that. Terry Curtis will have a chance to tie Coach Horn today at UMS Wright if they win. That game's going on right now. So they both have 8. So, I definitely think we're watching 2 of the most prominent, 2 of the best coaches of all time in the state of Alabama right now, here in their coaching career. We're able to witness that. So
it's pretty incredible. Let's see. It's a lot easier to talk about mistakes after a close win. Yeah, that's talking about the Auburn basketball wins.
Always want to win close rather than lose close and play good. Sometimes you play your guts out and play great and you lose.
That's true.
Sometimes you play.
Sometimes you lay your guts on the line.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Free throw shooting is the biggest worry for me.
It's still a problem. They ended up coming back and shooting over 65%, but it's still not very good.
Going to break. We'll be back with more right after this.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz.
You're lying, Andy. You're lying.
Andy and Brett here with you for about 30 more minutes. In today's show, thank you so much for all of you out there tuning us in. Love to get your comments about any of the things that we talk about, or if you'd like to bring up a new subject, by all means. We had an interesting bit of news yesterday. Joey Gatewood, former Auburn quarterback, has decided to transfer to the University of Kentucky.
Nobody's surprised with that.
He visited there a couple of times after he made his announcement to transfer from Auburn. Apparently did not visit anywhere else, as far as I know. But what do you think about that?
I mean, great get for Kentucky, man. I mean, I think they end up with a good player. I had somebody yesterday at the games. A lot of time, between games, you're sitting around groups of people talking, and they said, one guy said, I have a feeling Joey Gatewood's going to be one of these multiple transfer guys. They don't think he's going to work out at Kentucky. Mm-hmm. They think maybe the guy that's playing now or whoever they've got coming in ends up beating him out again. You don't know. But, we wish him nothing but the best. I hope the kid has a good career wherever it is that he lands eventually. I mean, he's at Kentucky now, so maybe we can see. The thing we debated on this show for so many times is can we see Joey Gatewood in full effect? Can we see him not limited to certain things and, in mop-up duty and all that. Let him come out and run the offense. Well, Kentucky's got a high-powered type offense. We'll see if he's able to go up there and run it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I give Eddie Gran a ton of credit because they lose their starting quarterback and they bring in, Sawyer Smith, who's and I looked and the guy, what was his name? Terry, I forget what his name. The starter that got hurt this year.
Yeah.
He's a junior, so he'll be back for his senior year.
He will.
Sawyer Smith, the guy that was the backup, he was a junior. He'll be back for his senior year.
So he's going to be in a battle.
I would imagine Joey Gatewood is going to apply for a waiver. Whether he gets it or not, I don't know. It's hard to say that they would give it to him. I don't know. So I'm assuming he's going to sit out this year.
Okay.
But Lynn Bowden, he's a junior. Wide receiver. That's been the best offense they've had.
That's what I was going.
But I'm saying, Eddie Grant, that's why I give him so much credit. You lose your starter, and you just kind of revamp the offense and say, look, we're just going to put an athlete back there and run the read.
Yeah.
It's the Nick Marshall
effect
of kind of we fell into it. And,
it is.
So we'll see what they do with that moving forward. But, Kentucky comes to Auburn next year, October the 3rd. What if Joey Gatewood got a waiver and he was the starting quarterback?
Be something else.
Would the build up to that game not be? And Kentucky was undefeated when they came in.
Yeah, okay. You're really blowing this way out of proportion now. You're trying to build it
like
up.
I say, I don't think he will get the waiver. I don't know why
he won't play. They won't be undefeated. It will be all anticlimactic, okay?
It won't even be. He might not even be on the team.
He'll probably be gone by then.
But anyway, like you said, certainly wish him the best of luck. Hopefully it works out. Just not in next year's game as Auburn plays.
Well, I remember the last time Kentucky came to Auburn. Oof.
Good grief.
That was Chris Todd.
Who was the wide receiver
Randall
for Green
Cobb.
Bay? Yeah.
Man, who was the wide receiver for Green Bay? Come on. Randall Cobb ran all up.
He did everything.
And down, Jordan. They had to re-turf the field after he left because he burned it up running up and down the field so much. That was horrible. Chris Todd had a hurt arm and he couldn't throw it. And I remember one pass down the middle. We had a guy 15 yards wide open, and I swear somebody shot the football from up the deck. He was so far behind the defense, and it ended up being intercepted because it was that bad of a throw. And I'm like, look, it's one of those times where we were having a quarterback, the Daniel Cobbs, the Chris Todds of the world, that you go, man, what happened?
Yeah.
So
we lost a lot of people in 2008. So that was.
Yeah.
Or was that 2009?
No,
2009, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was actually.
It wasn't 2008.
Yeah.
It wasn't 8.
So we lost to Vandy in 08, I guess. So.
Why do you want to bring up?
Just
why are we bringing all this up?
I'm just showing we've come a long way.
We have come a long way. We have
now we're upset about losing by 3 points to LSU in Baton Rouge. So.
Well,
Yeah,
still at the end of the day, when you look over there, it's still a loss. And we did again, offense. And I talked to Boobie Whitlow yesterday for a while, and he said, man, it's just like all of a sudden. He said, I hate it was the last game of the season, but he said it was like everything finally came together for us on offense. And I said, well, man, what took so daggum long? I said, and we were over there laughing, and he said, look, and I kind of asked him, about the difference between Georgia and Alabama, and he said, we made some adjustments and some things clicked, and we made some plays that we hadn't been making in some of those other games. But he said Georgia's defense is for real. He said, they really came in with a good game plan against us early, and he said by the time we got it cranked up in the fourth quarter, it was too late. He said you were going to have to play a perfect game from that point on, and he said, you're not going to win many of those games. And I told him, we've talked about that before. I've heard that before. But he was realistic about it. And he said, it was a lot of near misses this year. The season could have been even better than it is. And he feels really good about next year. He really does. And
is he healthy?
Yeah, he was still, he said his knee is good, but he said, still sore from the procedure, and he keeps it iced, but he said he's fine. He said he's ready to go. And one of the things he said is, next year's team, he said, I know a lot of people are saying, well, we're losing this and all that, but he said, man, I feel really good about what we got coming back. And, of course, Bo Nix will be a year older, a little bit more seasoned than what he was this year. So some excitement around that, Andy, some good things to come.
I know a lot of Auburn players were at the Super 7.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of them hanging around down there, and that always happens. Tank Bigsby gets his 5th star. I know y'all talked about that. He is now listed as the #1 running back in the country.
Really?
Yes, according to Rivals. The #1 running back in the nation now.
And I think
Tank
he
Bigsby.
said he is shutting down his recruiting. It's over.
Yeah, I think he's done. So,
I mean, Auburn gets a commitment from Lee Hunter, who is a big-time defensive tackle
next year's class.
in 2021.
That's right.
You got 5-star Tommy Brockermeyer.
I mean, yeah,
from Texas talking about Nairn.
Yeah, look at that.
A lot of positive news for Auburn right now. This is an interesting little thing Randy put out on Twitter. We might talk about that when we come back. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga.
And I'm Coco. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it's worth? Are you stuck with high interest rates? We may be able to help.
If you've made your last 12 consecutive payments on time and would like to get a new vehicle for the same or close to the same payment and save thousands of dollars in interest, you may qualify.
So come by and see us and let us show you the Vaden way.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neusen. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 2 more segments in today's show. Again, we thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Randy sent a text over, kind of interesting. It kind of pretty much tells the tale of what, of really college football. This is from Darren Ravel, who does a lot of sports and marketing and sports and finance, but financial things that go along with it. He does a lot of that. Ticket price for Power 5 title games on StubHub, including fees. $32.88 for the Pac-12. You can get into the Pac-12 title game right now for about $33. ACC championship, Virginia and Clemson, $46.77. That's the average ticket price there. Big Ten, you're going to pay a little bit more, $50, $49.89. Big 12 title game, Oklahoma and Baylor, $55.96 a ticket.
What a bargain.
I mean, would you pay $56 to go to the Big 12 title game?
Probably.
I probably would. The SEC championship game, $255.76 a ticket.
Welcome to the land of insanity.
I mean,
and look, and you don't think the NCAA and the playoff committee, you don't think they see these prices? You don't think they look ahead and go, I know the country loves to debate who needs to be in the playoff, but when I look at what these SEC fans are willing to pay to follow their team versus some of you guys, your team's in the championship game and it's $36 and a can of Campbell soup gets you in the door. I don't think that these bowls really want your team there, and because you don't support your team when they travel. And I'm telling you, money. Look, this is not some breaking news here on Auburn Blitz today, but all of this is driven by the dollar.
Yep.
And decisions are made based off finances because that's what it takes to keep all this stuff going. So therein lies why a lot of times this playoff committee, when it's equal with other teams, will side to try to get another SEC team in that top 4. I mean, and here is the argument for why there needs to be no more teams in the playoffs other than 4, because of this right here. It's all great, grand, and glorious to see see 12 teams or 16 teams laid out, or even 8 teams in the playoffs, and these bowl games, and you match up these brackets, kind of like the NCAA tournament basketball. Do you know are you willing to travel to 3 or 4 different games to watch your team? In the SEC, you would be a lot more apt to do it than in these other places in the country. The attendance would be horrible. I mean, because
unless
it would
you
be
put
horrific.
the first round on at a home campus.
Well, I mean, if you do it at home campus, then that's different. But some of the mock things that I've seen, you place them in some of the lesser bowls, and then you move them up to the New Year's Six bowls, and then you have the 2 in semifinals, and then the championship game somewhere. But I mean, yeah, it looks great on paper. I think there would be some great matchups, but financially, who's got the time and the money outside of the top 1% in the country that happens to maybe be rabid college football fans on top of it to take off work for a month and travel around and follow your football team? It's all great and wonderful on paper.
Yeah.
But realistically, it doesn't pan out. I mean, you got conference championship games that cost $36 to get in the gate. I mean, and it ain't gonna be full.
No, oh no.
Not only is it pennies on the dollar. I remember a few years ago, Oklahoma played in the Sugar Bowl, and the ticket prices down there on the street in New York. Was it Oklahoma and Michigan or whoever it was Michigan played in the Sugar Bowl? It may not have been Oklahoma. Whoever Michigan played in the Sugar Bowl, there's some people that drove down to New Orleans that I know, and they said you could get a ticket to the Sugar Bowl for $2. $2.
Wow.
So, and it wasn't full, by the way.
Well, that kind of speaks to it as well. The most expensive ticket by far, that's cost 3 times as much as any of the rest of them, will be the most well attended.
Absolutely.
So,
and there'll be people outside trying to get in that game. You know, negotiating. Hell, I might give you $260 for it if you give me. You know, that's the average ticket price. By the way. So, Justin said, "What if the first round is at home field?" Yeah, I mean, again, that would definitely be an advantage for the home team, and the higher seed, that would be part of the benefit of being a higher seed.
You might have to do that just because it would be more well attended.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could do that.
Yeah. Let's go and talk about some of these. Tonight, Utah and Oregon. Look, Utah's got a chance to get in the playoff.
Why do they stick this thing on a Friday night just to be exclusive?
I guess that's the only reason.
Because
on
the
ABC,
ticket prices are $30.
Maybe so.
Is that why?
Utah is a 6-point favorite. If they win, do you believe they're in the championship? I mean, in the playoff.
If they win.
No matter what happens with Oklahoma and Baylor.
Yeah, if they win, I think they're in. Okay. But if Georgia wins, they're not.
Yeah, that's correct.
If Georgia wins, they're not.
They got to be big LSU fans.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have to be too big.
Who wins this game? Utah and Oregon.
I picked Utah on the paper.
I did as well. I think Utah's a little better, to be quite honest.
I do too. And Oregon hadn't played, and they dodged some bullets this year. They really have. It finally bit them against Arizona State, but they've got 2 losses, and they could easily be undefeated. I mean, Oregon could. But Utah, I think, just a little bit better than them.
Baylor and Oklahoma, number 9 versus number 7, both 11-1. Both will have a claim to be in the playoff, depending on who wins this game.
Not really.
I picked Baylor in the paper.
I picked Oklahoma.
I think there's a reason they were up by 25 in that game.
Maybe.
And I think they're mad enough to maybe they could. And I just don't think Oklahoma's defense is just not good.
Lincoln Riley just don't care about defense.
Well,
do they even practice it?
No.
And that's the thing about Oklahoma. Every year they go into the season, everybody's like, man, there's a great Oklahoma team. And I'm like, until Lincoln Riley decides he's going to get any kind of defense, they'll never win a championship because they can't stop anybody.
No.
They have to be perfect on offense against really good teams. And you saw what Georgia did. That was their closest shot that year. And when they couldn't get it done against Georgia, that was it.
We're up against the break, but we'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday. Right after.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. The final segment of this Friday show. Andy and Brett here taking you up to 1 o'clock. We were talking about the conference championship games. We'll run those down. Louisiana at Appalachian State. This is for the Sun Belt Championship.
Ooh.
The Raging Cajuns, I didn't realize, 10-2.
10-2, man.
Good for them. Appalachian State beat South Carolina. They're a ranked team.
And they obliterated Troy.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, it was.
Chad Chitley, it hadn't been as good a first year as maybe some had hoped.
Somehow I had a feeling that it was not going to be.
He was, I think, in Jordan-Hare this week.
Was it?
Checking out the game. Yeah. Miami, who you got in that one?
I'm going to ride with Appalachian State.
Yeah,
man.
hard to go against them.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio is at Central or versus Central Michigan. This one for the MAC championship.
I don't care.
What's his name? Your boy McElwain has been mentioned for the Missouri
That
job.
got hot hack. That was a hack. I mean, this Twitter thing is ridiculous. That's the trashiest, most propaganda throwing out outlet of all social media outlets. You get some good stuff out of Twitter, but I'm starting to think about 80% of Twitter is garbage. I'm just serious, because everybody can tweet some kind of crap out and try to get something started, and I mean,
it's not that hard to get it started, isn't it?
It's not. I mean, whatever.
Hawaii is 9-4. They are taking on number 20 Boise State. This one's actually in Idaho on the blue turf for the Mountain West Championship. How about Hawaii?
How about Hawaii?
How about those Rainbow Warriors?
How about Boise State going to whip them?
I think they probably will. UAB is at Florida Atlantic. This is in Boca Raton for the Conference USA Championship.
You know, what a great coaching job by Bill Clark. I mean, how is UAB going to hold on to him? You know, all that they lost last year, and to come back this year and go 9-3.
What is this, 2 years removed from the...
Dude, from basically the death penalty.
Worse.
I mean, they did it to themselves. So, this is amazing. I mean, it really is. I picked UAB to win it. They're an underdog, I know it, but man, it's hard to pick against Bill Clark. I mean, they've been underdogs all year and they just win.
That's true.
So 9-3, a phenomenal run for Bill Clark. I mean, how do they keep holding on to it? I mean, it's amazing. Kudos to UAB.
Every time I pick Florida Atlantic, they win, and every time I pick against them, they lose. So I'm going to pick Florida Atlantic.
Oh, you are? You got a vested interest in Florida Atlantic?
Because they lose when I pick them.
Oh, okay. There you go. So pick Florida Atlantic.
Number 19, Cincinnati.
I thought you said when you pick them, they win.
No, when I pick them, they lose.
Okay.
When I pick against them, they win.
Okay, well then go.
Number 19, Cincinnati, and number 18. Well, this is what it was a week ago.
Yeah.
And now it's a rematch. They've got to play another the next week. Memphis got the better of them the last time. Can Cincinnati make any adjustments?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Virginia is going to play number 3 Clemson. Clemson 28.5-point favorite.
And Virginia Tech
played. I bet Virginia plays a little bit tougher.
Virginia Tech played horrible in that game.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they played, and this one's not going to be pretty.
It won't. No, it won't end up. I mean, Clemson will end up pulling away.
You talk about watching paint dry. This is going to be.
This one will not be well attended either.
No, it will not be well attended.
Number 1 Ohio State and Wisconsin, who is number 12. This one at 7 o'clock on Fox tomorrow night. I don't.
Who was that to beat the brains out of Wisconsin earlier in the year?
Ohio State.
Was it Ohio State? That's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah, they lost to them and they lost to Illinois.
Okay, it was Illinois, the other one, but that was close. It's not going to be.
It's not going to be good. No.
I do think they won't get their brains beat out like that this time. I mean, I just don't.
They seem to play better in this game,
they
particularly.
Do.
I don't know why that is, but
we'll see.
Rise up. Number 4 Georgia and number 2 LSU. LSU is a 7.5-point favorite.
Is this a sucker bet?
Do they cover?
Yes, they cover. That's why I'm saying. I say that with such confidence that Vegas usually knows what they're doing. They only got this thing at 7.5. I mean, they know something we don't.
I mean, Georgia, like Booby said, Georgia's defense is legit.
It is legit.
Auburn held them to 23 points.
But I didn't finish what Booby said. He said LSU is just hard to contain. He said obviously we did the best of anybody against them, but he said Joe Burrow he just makes plays all the time. He said didn't see LSU or didn't see Georgia being able to stop them enough. So I think I think LSU will win the game by 14 or 17 points when the dust settles.
I tend to agree with that.
They'll probably lose now that I said that, but that's fine too. But I'd still think that they're 14-point, maybe better team than 14 points or more better than Georgia.
So when all the dust settles, you got Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, and Utah is your Final Four?
Probably so.
Yep. With a first-round matchup of Clemson and LSU. How about that?
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
And Utah and Ohio State.
Two Urban Meyer coach teams.
How about that?
Who, by the way, will probably be your next head coach in Dallas, I would think. Jason Garrett, the worst coach.
What?
I mean, with the roster
but yet
that he's got,
continue to.
This team has got more talent than him. They can't score. And when the Bears beat you up the way they beat Dallas up last night, you've mailed it in. They've quit.
Yeah, they're not playing for it. He's lost the team.
I would think that was a safe statement.
On this day, 1961, Ernie Davis from Syracuse won the Heisman Trophy, the first black player ever to win the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
1975, Archie Griffin wins, I believe, his second Heisman Trophy. The only two-time winner ever.
How about
It was either 75 and 76 or 74 and 75. I can't remember. 1986, your boy, Vinny Testaverde. Wins the Heisman Trophy. And then goes on to lose to Penn State in the national title game, right?
Yep.
1997, the sixth SEC championship game.
Gosh.
I hate to bring up bad memories, but
thank you.
It was a good, I'm kind of fond of the performance that Damian Craig put on in that game, I still go back and I say.
I told Carson Bailey, I said, you dropped it on purpose.
And I still go back and say, and I marvel at Auburn losing 30-29 to Peyton Manning in number 3 Tennessee and having negative rushing yards.
He couldn't run the ball at all.
Negative rushing yards.
And if Carson catches that ball before half, I think game's over. I said, you just slapped threw the ball down on the field. I'll never forget talking to him when he got back to Auburn the next week. I said, what? I mean, you were so wide open. I said, you could have about caught it, turned around with your hands behind your back. It's terrible.
So long for now, everybody. We'll talk.